now solidify Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist. But he said they'll sell laptop, they sell gadgets, in his home. But with this now, do you think that the Tinubu government is wanting to release Nnamdi Kanu? What has happened today?
I'm loving Nigeria. I'm loving Nigeria. Nigeria has become a country of, children. It has, yeah, it has turned to a house. I don't know if you have seen a house where children have some play toys. That is what Nigeria has become. The Nigerian government have turned Nigeria as a toy nation. Who will watch that video and and see it, or take it as a serious case, and still regard Nigeria as a nation, a nation that know what they are doing. I remember my humble said that Biafra evangelist Benjamin Johnson is a snatch. The only Biafran that always speak nothing but the truth, and are ready to end by the truth because the word of God says so. Now listen and listen very carefully. How many years are there been handling the matter? This is 10 good years. In 10 good years, you cannot bring out or come up with all this, what can, come up with facts. And you are coming to testify today after 10 good years, and you have been battling in one case. The person that kidnapped him could not even bring up evidence. Then it's you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the one now coming wearing masks. If you know that what you are saying is true, why are you hiding your face?
Just like
why are you covering your face? I believe we are not running a spiritual game here. No, excuse me. Are we running witchcraft activities now? No. If it is a witchcraft distance, then let's, including Nnamdi Kanu, should cover his face with a mask. Let the lawyers cover their face with the masks. The judge should cover his face with the masks. Let's know that we are running a witchcraft kingdom court case matter. Since 10 good years, is it today you are coming up? What? First and foremost, why should they cover their face if what they are saying is true?
They said, it's better they do it that way to protect the testifier.
Excuse me. No. If you are sure of what you are saying, you come face to face. And I believe since 2015 till now, they should have come up even under Buhari, the man that kidnapped him. They should have, or they would have come with a concrete evidence, with the facts to name Nnamdi Kanu. But Nnamdi Kanu defeated Muhammadu Buhari with Lai Muhammad in the court of Nigeria, publicly, openly. Even Binta Nyako, the last person that handled the matter, she gave up the ghost and said this man is highly intelligent, that his case, he can never be tried here in Nigeria. That person of his personalities are the people that will be tried in ICC, International Criminal Court, or ICJ, International Criminal Court of Justice. These are the caliber where they can handle the issues like Nnamdi Kanu. Not in Nigeria. Omotosho, when did Omotosho graduate from university as a lawyer, a law student, to come and sit down to handle the case of a high-profile big fish like Nnamdi Kanu? Do you know what that means? And you are coming today. Today you wear masks. If what you are saying is the truth and you have the thorough facts, why are you wearing masks? Are you not seeing deceit? Are you not? No. Are you not seeing deceit? Are you not seeing foul play? See, let me tell you. Do you know that the senators, the Southeast senators, signed, and they did what? They voted against his release based on the political.
Those are his people. So his people.
Yes. Excuse me. I'm going somewhere. Do you know why they voted against his release? Do you know why? Because they want to release him politically. And it is against his fundamental human rights as a citizen of Biafra, as a man or as one fighting for self-referendum. When you talk of political release, that means there are times and conditions attached to it that make those senators to vote against his release. And he was supposed.
Are they doing it for their service interest?
No. No. They did it against his constitutional fundamental rights. Because the constitution, that political release, was carrying some conditions, which is not supposed to be attached to his release, because he must be released unconditionally. You get it now. You see why they voted against that. And you see why they are coming today after so many years. Is today you are coming to testify against him in the court, and you are coming with a mask. You are saying that you want to protect yourself. You know, from who? Since you are a handmaid of Nigeria, and you are sure of what you are saying, why are you protecting? We have security personnel. After all, Boko Harams are there, herdsmen are there, killing people. Maybe you have joined them. Since you have joined them, definitely you are safe, because an IPOB they said is the problem. An IPOB is the one that the Nigeria qualified to die. People like us. Because we are the IPOB. Indigenous people of Biafra. That is what it means. IPOB. And which I have said the time with that number, that somebody like me, personally like me, I am not afraid of death. And if I die but once. But my word can never die. And I remain the last person that will stand and see the truth and cover it. Do you get what I'm saying? So what they played is Pharisee. And it cannot stop us, the Biafra, from going to where we are going to.
Okay.
One day, see, you know that today, I was just following on, this thing, the Genesis, the book of Genesis, from chapter 1. I was just following it up. You understand? I come to realize that the Biafra of a thing, the ancient people, the Igbo, which are the Igbos, we are from the generation of Seth. And it was the generation of Seth that begat Methuselah, the longest living man on earth, 969 years. Followed by Terr, who lived 962 years. These are the generation of Seth, and we are that generation from Adam. Because the generation of this current Israel started with the covenant of Abraham. You see? You see why we are called ancient people. Ndigbo. And I have said it before, and I want to repeat it again. Now that Biafra, Igbos, have been in existence over 500 years before Nigeria. In 1803, there are so many Igbos who drowned themselves into the river instead of becoming a slave. As at that time, nothing like Nigeria. For you to see that Igbos have been a brave set of people for many centuries before now. We have been brave because we are born with the brave. We have the spirit of braveness and we operate in it. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So whosoever or anyhow Nigeria like, let them play the game. At the end of the day, Nigeria will be settled in the mud. I repeat, Nigeria as a nation will be settled in the mud. As Nnamdi Kanu says something, he said, I will end the suffering of my people and I will be the end of Nigeria. Remember, under the tenure of Muhammadu Buhari, there was a time they intend to change the name of Nigeria. You remember? They call it URS or something like that. It will later play. They will, at the end, they will end this country and give it another name. Because what is the meaning of Nigeria? Have you ever checked what is the meaning of Nigeria? Nigeria as a name simply means darkness. And the Bible said in the book of Isaiah chapter 6, it said, arise and shine, for the light has come. The glory of God shall risen upon you. So the Biafrans are the light. Just as Israel is the light of America. We are the light of Nigeria. Pull Biafra, Nigeria will close. Because you cannot operate. I've never seen a man that operates very well under darkness. Go and checkmate everything that is going on in this country, both development or whatsoever, all over the country, in the 36, including the FCT, making it 37 states that make up the nation Nigeria. Go and check it. Who are the people that are bringing development? No other tribe than Biafrans.
Okay.
No other tribe than Igbos.
Okay, but we at the court. Why is it that? Why do you think that the lawyer, one of the lawyers to Nnamdi Kanu, one of the lead counsel, Kanu, why do you think that he did not reject this max witness? And at the same time, but he said he will allow them, he will allow for the max witness to speak. But when it comes to bailing Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government should not oppose Nnamdi Kanu or oppose the lawyer. When it's time for Nnamdi Kanu to be bailed. Why do you think that? Why do you think that he did not want to, interfere?
Oh, listen. This Kanu Agabi was once two times. I repeat, in 2 times. They listen in Nigeria 2 times. Attorney General of the Federation. He was once an Attorney General of the Federation 2 times. So he understands the game. He newly joined. He was not there before. And him allowing them, he say allow them to speak. But when it comes to bedtime, these people will not be there. They will not be permitted. Because according to the law, there is no place in the Nigerian constitution that it is written that a mask should be used against any freedom fighter or self-determination. Which the vice president, Shetima, when he traveled for all nation, that is UN, United Nations leaders, this thing. What did he say? He said the people of the land have the right to do what? To check it, to rule their land and rule themselves. When he was addressing the UN leaders, in the kind of supporting the Palestine as a result of the war between the Palestine and the Israel. And that same thing is what is happening here. So that's why Kanu said what he said. He was once former Attorney General of the Federation twice. So he understands. That is why he said, allow them, let them speak first. And let me tell you again, those people that wore masks are the people that are Nigeria paid instrument, agents. Why didn't they appear from the onset? Why are they wearing masks today? And what is the purpose of the masks? And what is the necessary or importance of wearing masks? There is no need for wearing masks when you know that you have a concrete fact. When there is not brutal, I believe it was in the tenure of Buhari, that is a brutal. When Brutal and his men visited the Nnamdi Kanu compound, they ransacked the whole home, kill, murder many things, destroy so many things. Did the Brutal come out with anything that very time? Did he come out with anything? Nothing. As arms? No. When the men were doing their protest, they were doing their protest with ordinary paper. And they were, faced with the arms by brutal men. There were many of them were shot dead. They brutalized the Biafrans. Many were early sentenced to Baba God, Jehovah that created them. And you are coming today with a mask. That means they are being paid to do that. In Nigeria today, Nigerian government, especially this current one, see what is going on, trending now. Very soon, FBI, by May 2nd, they will finish what they are doing against your president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they will come up based on the 1990 drug case, which he during the former president, the tenure of Biden of America, he forfeited $460,000 for the case because of this. And the man, the former president of America, calm down, relax. But this current one cannot collect bribe. So May 2nd, everything about him will be released. Then FBI may likely come after him. So all these things that they are playing is just a game that will not yield results. You get me? It is a game that will not yield results because this shows that Nnamdi Kanu ourselves outrightly and totally defeated Nigeria. Okay, because soon it will no longer be the game of Nigeria. It will become the game between Biafra, Nigeria, and international bodies.
Okay, but do you think this Nnamdi Kanu case, do you think it's a political case? Do you think it has turned to political?
Yes, yes.
But Nnamdi Kanu is not a politician.
No.
Just like Sowore, you know, Sowore was.
No. Sowore and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they are not of the same class. So. Neither do they have.
I'm talking about class. I'm talking about.
They are not of the same class, one, and they are not of the same ideology. You understand? The ideology differs.
Okay.
The ideology differs. Sowore cannot undergo what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu undergoes. Sowore cannot try it. Okay, and that's it. So they are not the same, and they are not of the same class. So what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the game is playing is a game of the higher level of intelligence based on his intellectual level of education and understanding. See, before he back on this, he has, forfeit all the UN and the EU law before he came to Nigeria to back on this journey that you are seeing today.
But why they not we see that the UN are not, although they've come out to, at several points, even when Buhari was in power, they've come out to tell him to.
We are talking, excuse me, Nigeria is regarded, and let me tell you, Nigeria is known as a sovereign country. Hello, don't take that away from them. And two, the people superheading the whole thing, which they are much 75%. Nigeria is just 25%. This country are the British. And let me tell you, the pulling out of the Biafrans from Nigeria is more or less collapsing the economy of the British and economy of Nigeria. You see why they are playing it as a politics. They don't want him to go, because free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is more or less of, you are giving Biafra the wings to fly automatically, and that's just what it means, and that is what is hitting them. But they will have no choice. One day, as Akaji nwata, onye jihe nwata weni akenu, Akaji ye megani, ye wetu ye. Mbakaji Nigeria na British hage wetu ye, because Putin, as you can see, you see his dominance in Africa today. So, and Australia have completely chased British away from themselves. So British are now shaking, just as France is shaking. That's why you see the politics being played like this. But at the end of the day, I still see the light shining at the end of the tunnel.
Self-defense is a constitutional right. Self-determination is not a crime, but a right under the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and customary international law. Therefore, I make no apologies for pursuing Biafra relentlessly and determinedly. It can never stop. Those who underestimate our resolve do so at their own peril. As I've said before, we are not alive, we are dead already. When you see men, you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do. From today onwards, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. If you kill a Biafran, you will be killed. No matter who you are, we will keep pursuing you until you die. You have no peace and you have no rest. I'm saying it on video that the whole world may understand. In 1966, the world kept quiet as Biafrans were slaughtered in their numbers, 300,000 in the north. 67 to 70, over 3.5 million people were killed. Nobody stood trial for it. Rwanda lost less than 100,000 people. ICC and international courts were convened to try those who were responsible, or should I say, those who were culpable. The same thing in Liberia. But because you killed us between 66 and 1970 and nothing happened, and from 1945 to 1966 and nothing happened, that was the reason, or should I say, that is the reason why the Fulanis will keep coming to kill us on a daily basis. Right now, from this day onwards, if you kill us, we are going to kill you. The men are ready. They have come to defend Biafra land, not to separate from Nigeria, no. We are going to accomplish that via a referendum. But if you come to our villages now to rape our mothers or abduct our sisters, you will die in the process. Any governor found aiding any of these people or giving our land to Fulani Janjaweed will be in trouble with us. Let me make one thing abundantly clear to all of you listening. We have resolved to die for what we believe in. And our belief is simple, very, very simple, that we are going to defend the land of Biafra with all our might. Not in pursuit of secession, as the idiots would say, but in pursuit of the defense of our land so that our mothers can go to the farm without the risk of being raped and torn to pieces. Some of you saw what happened at Uli. How a very beautiful young Biafran lady went to the farm and never came back. She was not only raped, her body was mutilated, cut into pieces and strewn all across her farmland. None of you did anything. Nnamdi State Governor did nothing. Instead, he went along to appoint the same people that committed such heinous crime against the land itself into his cabinet. These are the idiots we are having to contend with in the land of Biafra. And we are saying enough is enough. If you're part of this very conspiracy to emasculate the children of God, to destroy Biafra land, then you are grossly mistaken. I know that the Fulani Janjaweed are not highly educated, they are not polished, they are not discerning, they cannot reason very well. Let me make this very, very clear. The Eastern Security Network is what it is. An organized vigilante outfit, rather than restricting the activities of the defense of our land to maybe Enugu State or Delta State or even Bayelsa State, for instance. We have resolved to defend the entirety of Biafran territory. Allow me to repeat, because some of you are not educated enough to understand what we are saying. I am addressing this to the Fulani Janjaweed. Allow me to repeat. The Eastern Security Network is there to safeguard our land, to stop Fulani terrorists from Mali, from Gambia, from coming into our land to kill us. Our mothers must return to their farms, and our daughters must be able to move about very, very freely. The only way out of the mess people are in Nigeria is that people should stop talking and doing the work necessary to free everybody from this Fulani-inspired bondage. Today, people died, or should I say a lawmaker was killed in Yoruba land. This same day, today, in Benue State, 4 people were killed. Even in Katsina, young boys were abducted, and girls, as a matter of fact, from the dormitories. That is the level of insecurity in Nigeria. People are dying on a daily basis. Are you going to sit down, just lament, talk about it, and nothing happens? Or are you going to join us to ensure that this reign of Fulani terrorism and insecurity is brought to an end? That is what we are for. That is why this very security outfit has been set up. And that is the work they are going to do. And nobody, and I repeat, nobody is going to stop us. Extrajudicial killings will no longer be tolerated.
About a week ago now, I've done 2 videos about bringing witnesses in the court who will be masked. So what happened in court today, if you have been following me, will not be a new thing to you, or it will not be a surprising thing to you, because I've said it before. Now, I was having a conviction that in the year 2016, when the same federal government requested to the court that let us bring masked witnesses against Nnamdi Kanu, the court rejected it. They said no. If you are coming to testify against someone in court, if your testimonies are true, there is nothing you will hide about it. But the councils representing the federal government today argued that the lives of those people who are coming to testify, is at risk if they are being exposed to everyone seeing them. Okay? Now, I want us to understand what really transpired. What happened today is no issue. It's no issue at all right? Because The counsel representing Nnamdi Kanu, senior advocate of Nigeria, Akabi, okay, he did not reject that federal government should not bring mass witnesses, okay? He did not reject it. But he went forward to make a statement in that court, of which I believe that maybe I don't really know what have transpired on that ground. He said, when it is about to bail Nnamdi Kanu, that the federal government councils will also reciprocate by not arguing, that he will not oppose it, that they should not bring people who will come and testify on, hidden identity. Now, let us go to this article to understand what actually transpired. This is from Sarah Reporters and it reads, Nigeria government's witnesses to testify against Nnamdi Kanu behind protective screen in terrorism trial. And this is the details of the article. The Nigeria government witnesses scheduled to testify against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, will deliver their testimony behind a protective screen. This followed a ruling by the Federal High Court in Abuja on Tuesday, that is today, following a request by the government represented by counsel Adegboyaga Awomo, senior advocate of Nigeria. Justice J.Omotosho granted the request during proceedings on the 7-count terrorism charge filed by the federal government against Nnamdi Kanu. The application for protective measures was brought by Awomo, who argued that concealing the identity of the witnesses was necessary for their safety. Awomo told the court that, given the sensitive nature of the terrorism charges, it was imperative to shield the witnesses from public exposure. He stressed that the measure was essential to protect their identities and ensure their safety. Kanu's lawyer, Kanu Agabi, senior advocate of Nigeria, did not oppose the application. So that is something that is very important that people should understand. That Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer did not oppose the application for the best reason known to him. However, what happened in 2016 was that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer then opposed to the application of the federal government, and the court said the opposition was right, that if you are coming to testify against somebody, if you are not coming to lie, so what is the essence of covering your face? Now that Kanu's lawyer Agabi did not oppose it, that is the reason why Justice J.Omotosho now granted the application for them to come with the hidden identity. Let's continue with the article. However, he requested mutual cooperation from the federal government in future proceedings, particularly regarding a potential bail application for Nnamdi Kanu. You understand what that means, okay? Just like what I said before. You people are bringing mass witnesses. Naturally, I'm supposed to oppose it and it will not happen. But let me just allow you people to do it. But when it's time to bail or release Nnamdi Kanu, we also need a cooperation for you people. What do I know, Seth? I'm not a lawyer, but this is actually what transpired. And it continues that we expect reciprocity when it is time to argue the bail application, Agabi stated. Okay, you get it right. In granting the ex parte application, Justice Nnamdi ruled that the witnesses would testify from behind the screen, hereby remaining unseen by the public, though still visible to the judge and lawyers. Okay, so the lawyers will still see them and the judge will still see them. Okay, following the ruling, the prosecution called its first witness identified in court as PWAAA, okay, hidden identity. The witness began testifying as the government officially opened its case against the leader of IPOB. The trial continues in what is expected to be a closely watched legal battle. Sarah Reporters earlier reported that Kanu, who has been in the custody of the Department of State Service DSS since his controversial extradition from Kenya in 2021, arrived in court flanked by a legal team comprising 6 senior advocates of Nigeria. Kanu's sons are led by Agabi, a former Attorney General of the Federation, with others including Uchenna Njoko, Professor Onyechi Bazo, Emeka Itiaba, Menda Audu Nuwe, and Dr. Joseph Akubo. The Nigerian government, represented by the Terr senior advocates, reaffirmed its intent to continue prosecution in the high-profile treason and terrorism charges leveled against Nnamdi Kanu. And this is the end of the article. So I see and I believe that there is nothing someone will tell me that the federal government led by Tinubu is not interested in prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu. They are, even though their interference, it could be foreign interference from Southeast politicians as well. But those interferences also indicates that Tinubu agreed to what they dictates to him. Tinubu agreed that Nnamdi Kanu should be tried. Tinubu agreed that if found guilty, Nnamdi Kanu should be prosecuted. You know, what I'm trying to say is that Tinubu is aware and fully involved in this, okay? As a president, if he's not too much interested, maybe it's because of other interference and all. I know how this case is supposed to be going, okay? Maybe they could have sent them go and settle out of court, let them go and negotiate with you. But this indicates that Tinubu is fully involved in this Nnamdi Kanu case, okay? But I am very sure, very, very sure, 100% sure, Nnamdi Kanu will be released, okay? He will be released on bail, and this case is going to continue, like, if possible, next 2 years, this case will still be. Because after Federal High Court, I see federal government, this set of people, I see them going to appeal court after they must have, you know, releasing Nnamdi Kanu on bail. The case can just be there, even in perpetual. Don't be surprised of what is going to happen. Anything can happen in Nigeria. But what I'm trying to say is that Nnamdi Kanu will be granted bail, okay, soonest. That is something that I am very, very sure about. And that is why the lawyers of the sons, Nnamdi Kanu too, you see, they are not arguing anything in court. What they just want is letting Nnamdi Kanu get out of that DSS custody. That is what they want, okay? And Justice J.Omotosho is going to do that, okay? So I am very, very sure that from now till, you know, next 3 court cases, the important thing will be done. That is just it. Let me know what you think about this.